Jimmy Kimmel admits repulsive, liberal scolds are driving people away from the Democratic Party. He admits, and here's what he had to say. And he's on the podcast with Sarah Silverman, right? That's the other girl. Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
It's the loud voices that scare people from saying what they believe and make you think twice about a joke or whatever, these things. And, a lot of their points are valid, but a lot of them are also just repulsive. And I mean, they repel people from, they go like, oh, you're no fun. I don't want to be around you. And I think that if you had to boil it down to like one thing, that's kind of what it is. It's like, oh, you're no fun. I don't want to be part of your group.
Yeah, it's funny. First of all, Sarah Silverman needs a better audio person that's working for her.
How horrible was that?
Yeah, that was pretty pathetic. Maybe she needs to manec a couple of our guys here. But I would tell you this, when I'm hearing that. I responded back to Kimmel, and this is what I had to say. I have no problem with Kimmel having opinions about any of these things. But here's what I said. I said some unsolicited advice for you. If you wanted to be a pundit, go to CNN or MSNBC and share your opinions. But your job as a late-night host is to entertain Americans who are burned out with divisive politics. You failed miserably. People don't have a problem with Jimmy Kimmel's opinions. People don't have a problem with Stephen Colbert's opinions. They have a problem that your job wasn't that. And that's why you failed miserably. You failed. I watch Jay Leno. I found a picture the other day of me going to a Jay Leno show, and luckily I was able to get in because they thought I was 16 while I was only 14 years old. And I took a picture with the guy. And, they said, who's here? We screamed out, we came here from Vancouver. We have no clue where Vancouver is. We went up on the stage, and we took a picture with Jay Leno. We're like, oh, my God, we met Jay Leno. It was so funny. We were one of those guys that would go stand in line to listen to Leno. Maybe I got to bring the pictures next time to show it to you. What's the point here? Their job is to entertain. Their job is to make us laugh. Their job is to make us sit there and be like, oh, my God, that's so funny. That's hilarious. That's good. And all of a sudden, if you don't take the vaccine, if you don't do this, if you vote for Trump, if you do that, you know what? Just go work at MSNBC and work with Maddow. Just go to CNN. It's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But your job wasn't that, Jimmy. Neither one of you. Your job wasn't that, Colbert. That wasn't your job. Tom, your thoughts on this whole thing with Jimmy Kimmel?
Well, Jimmy, you bought into it. You made it your own, but you got used, buddy. You are responsible for who you are and who you became and what you did, but you got used because the whole ABC network was 100% behind Kamala, 100% anti-Trump in 2016, and you bought into it. And you guided that. If you had held a little bit of your independence, buddy, you could have been a different guy. But look at all of them that became bitter. Kimmel, so bitter. Colbert became so bitter. And he had the dancing COVID things. My gosh, you're a propaganda machine for the government that's now been widely discredited. I just think it's so ironic, and Rosie O'Donnell too this past weekend. It's so ironic that everybody now is saying, wow, it's not the party, it's the loud voices that scare people. You were one of the loud voices. What are you talking about? You were a loud voice that was on a prime network in that late night zone where people were watching. Not very many now, but at the time there was initially. And now you're like out there saying these things. Dude, you did it to yourself. You didn't have enough spine. At a point where you had audience, you could have had a little bit of spine, but you went with it. You made it your own. You became bitter like Colbert. And now you sit and you say, oh, it's the loud voices. You were one, dude. It's your fault.
And by the way, him and Sarah Silverman apparently used to date according to Umberto for like 7 years. Adam, your thoughts on this?
Well, it's almost like people forgot what the hell their job was. A journalist's job was to report the news. They turned into an activist. An actor's job was to do movies and do shows. They turned into activists. Entertainers, make us laugh. Comedians, entertain us, make us laugh. Activists. Musicians, play music, things we enjoy. Activists. It's almost like all these people forgot what the purpose of their job was, and they became political lecturers. And half the country was like, dude, I'm done with you. Yeah. Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, Howard Stern. And what happens is we're going to see one by one, bing, 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 bing. Stephen Colbert gets canceled. Howard Stern's going to be off the air. Jimmy Kimmel, you're next, buddy, and we'll see who the next man up.
Vinny.
This country is coming back to normalcy.
And I mean, Adam, great points. Tommy, and I'm going to piggyback. And I think these guys, especially somebody like him, they sold their soul. Like Jimmy, honestly, Kimmel used to be on the opposite. He was on the Man Show, disgusting, perverted. You know that whole. You want to talk about MAGA? That in their sense, you were that guy.
That was the good
perverted,
stuff back in the day.
By the way, racial comedy.
Blackface. Come on, let's bring that back,
but
Jimmy.
listen, when you sell your soul and you're a shill for the other side, you can get away with everything and anything. Notice if it was anybody else from the other side, all that stuff would have surfaced. He made fun of Oprah. He literally was black body. The hell with just face when he did. Was it Karl Malone? He did Karl Malone, right? Right?
Yeah.
It wasn't Shaq. It was Karl Malone.
Yeah, no, it was Karl Malone.
And that's the thing. And you made
One
a
of the
great
greatest rebounders of all
And then
time.
on top of that, I mean, he works for ABC. Who do you think runs ABC? Those are those people that were pushing that nonsense. And listen, he has to do it, guys. You sign the contract. You sell your soul. He has to. Remember what he said about people with not taking the vaccine? He's like, if you go to the hospital, he's like, next, but go like die, Wheezy. He basically said to die.
Let me have a 30 seconds with Vinny real quick.
Yeah.
When they sell their soul,
Yeah.
what do they get in return?
Not a damn thing.
What do you mean?
They get
They're
fame.
sim-
He gets
Okay, they
fame
get
and money.
fame.
He gets fame and
They
money.
get money.
Yeah, but he's never
Of
going to get
course.
that back.
No,
You're
no.
done.
I'm going to tell you a quick story.
For now.
We were in LA.
Yes.
The last night there, I snuck off like an outdoor cat and went to a little house party. I will not
Shindig.
say the name of the influencer whose house it was because he was an awesome guy, and I don't want to put him out there. But the house was incredible. I walk in, hey, how you doing? You know, there's 20, 25 people there. It's not a big thing.
Goats.
And our old friend there, the boxer, I won't say his name, was there. I walk in and greeted very nicely. Hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. I walk in and it is the exact opposite type of conversation that I was expecting. The argument was amongst people, black, white, this, that. Who should be able to use the N-word? I was
God.
like, they go, hey, we got a famous podcaster here. Walk in. What do you think? I'm like, I ain't getting involved in this conversation. The owner of the house is sitting there. And I say to him almost jokingly, like, you might want to leave for this conversation. You don't want to get canceled. He goes, you know what? I'm out. Goes upstairs. He goes, I got way too many brand deals on the table. I got way too much going on to get caught up in this nonsense. What's my point? He just left the room. He didn't have to say anything. But a lot of times, people sell their soul for money, for fame, for this, for that. It's a wild world out there. And people like Jimmy Kimmel, basically, they do not want to lose their money.
Was there no adrenochrome? Does anybody have adrenochrome? With
Adam just wanted to tell us that he partied in LA and he knows
I'm
people.
doing shots of adrenochrome.
Let me get to the next story. The Gentleman's Series, VT merch. Let me tell you, the ties that you ask for, black ties. This is 100% silk with the Valuetainment logo, is on it with the pocket square tie. We have them in black and blue. Absolutely sharp, incredible quality. It's not the thin, shiny quality. It's great quality. The ties that are here. And the other one is, this is limited edition, 100% leather, Valuetainment bag that's out here. Leather shoulder tote bag. That's here. Feel the quality on how the leather feels, by the way.
I feel like Vanna White right here.
Yeah.
This feels great.
And by the way, the VT logo
Love
is
the logo.
there. And
Adam
then
knows
when you-
about leather.
And then when you open it up, inside of it, you will see Future Looks Bright right here. Sick, absolutely sick. And by the way, the other day, Michael Beasley was doing a podcast. We're now seeing people actually wearing a Future Looks Bright hat all over the place. Michael Beasley's doing a podcast.
NBA player, number 2 pick of the draft many years ago by the Miami Heat.
I can't
Michael
wait
Beasley,
to
respect
see
to you. Future
millions
does
on
look
top
bright.
of millions. I get so many people on X who are posting pictures while they watch this podcast, and they'll tell me how they're watching the podcast, but they'll say, man, look at my Future Looks Bright hat. Look at my Future Looks Bright gear. Love seeing the support. More importantly, we need to convert more people that are coming here. We were just in LA this last weekend for, what do you call it? That show that happens. We won't post any of the pictures. You know the guy that sits in the middle
Jubilee.
and 20 people
Jubilee.
grill you?
Yeah.
I was in the middle with 20 anti-capitalists.
That was awesome, Pat.
It was epic. It was fire, and it'll be released in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Cannot wait to have you guys see it. But the whole premise is we need more people thinking the future looks bright instead of being victims. And, it's not fair. I'm not happy about what's going to happen. I'm so scared about the future. So if you support that as well, go to vtmerch.com, place your order. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.